Hey guys, it's Lindsay with Crafting with Kids, and in this video I'm going to share if you can make slime with Head & Shoulders shampoo. So the first round I am going to be attempting to make this slime with the shampoo, with toothpaste, and a little bit of food dye. Now the first thing I'm doing is I'm pouring 2 tablespoons of Head & Shoulders with 1 teaspoon of the toothpaste. Now everything I've read online says the toothpaste is what tends to harden the Head & Shoulders. So you can see I added 1 teaspoon and it really didn't do anything. So I decided to add another teaspoon, hoping that it would thicken it just a little bit. I did add a little food dye because I wanted to be able to see really what it looked like. So you can see as I stir it, it's not really getting any thicker. So I'm adding more toothpaste, hoping for the best, hoping that it's going to thicken up. Now, of all the blogs I've read, the last thing I read was to stick it in the freezer for an hour. So here's what it looks like after I took it out of the freezer for an hour. It still has a very messy and icing-like consistency. I'm gonna be honest, that's not really what I'm going for. I think slime is fun when it doesn't leave a huge mess. I don't like it when you can pick up the slime and your hands are discolored with the color, or it still has that slime sticky residue. So what's next? So I decided to grab a little baking soda because in all of my other slime recipes, baking soda is great at really pulling everything together and making it a little bit of a harder consistency so it's not so messy. So you see I added a little baking soda, added a little bit more, then I added a little bit more because no matter what I did, it was still a sticky, ooey gooey mess. And that's not really what I was going for. I have a little motto with most of my slime recipes. It's when in doubt, pull the baking soda out because it normally will fix it if it's too runny. Sadly, in this situation, it did not fix it. And I feel like the more I added, the worse the consistency became. And it just wasn't really what I wanted. You can see now it's to the point where it's really just falling apart because I added too much baking soda and it just never got to that consistency that I wanted. So now I'm on to round 2. I had read that Head & Shoulders can work well with toothpaste and adding salt. So here we go, same thing. 2 tablespoons of Head & Shoulders, a little bit of toothpaste. I added as much as I had, which still didn't seem to be enough. And it said to mix this together and then add some salt. Now, shockingly, when I added salt, it liquefied it. One of the recipes I read said the salt actually was supposed to thicken it, but in my case, it did the absolute opposite. So word to the wise, don't use salt because I'm serious. It did something to break down either the Head & Shoulders or the toothpaste and it turned into liquid. So scratch that, moving on to round number 3 with a good old favorite for slime, which is the Head & Shoulders and contact solution. I have used contact solution before and really it's worked well. Didn't even bother measuring the Head & Shoulders this time. I did do 3 teaspoons of contact solution, which actually was a little bit much. So hindsight, I would use maybe 1 teaspoon, not 3, but no problem, nothing that good old baking soda we can't come to the rescue for. So you see baking soda and contact solution actually work really well together with my other slime recipes. So I thought, you know what, we're gonna try this. So this time I started really well and decided I was gonna stick it in the freezer and see how everything came out. You can see I did have to add quite a bit of baking soda, but I was hoping for the best. So I stirred it, I mixed it. The consistency was not exactly like I wanted, but I did put it in the freezer for 30 minutes, and as you can see, it is still an absolute mess. So what do you guys think? In my conclusion, I am not thinking that Head & Shoulders makes any kind of decent slime. If I'm wrong, if you know the secret to this, let me know in the comments. Thanks for following.